Alright, hello everybody. Jason and Kim back at you again with another video. So we decided to take a trip down south of Oregon along the Oregon coast. We're actually heading down to Bandon, Oregon. For us, from where we live, we're probably a good 5-6 hour drive. And so along the way, we're just stopping at some different sites. You know, we're hoping to get down to the Samuel H. Boardman?
Yep.
Samuel H. Boardman Scenic Corridor, which is down pretty close to the Oregon California border. It's supposed to be 12 miles of the most beautiful stretch of the Oregon coast. And if you've ever been to the Oregon coast, pretty much the whole stretch is beautiful, but this is supposed to be the best of the best. So kind of looking forward to seeing that. Also pretty close to the Redwoods too, so if you ever think about coming this way, you wouldn't be too far from the California Redwoods either. So definitely worth the trip.
Welcome to the Sea Lion Caves. The formation of these caves started over 25 million years ago, and the hole where the sea lions are now is over 12 stories in height and the length of a football field. So you get to see the sea lions in their natural habitat versus being at a zoo. Stellar sea lions live on both sides of the northern Pacific Ocean, from California to Alaska and from Russia to Japan. These big animals inhabit safe, isolated rocky areas like this one. They have made sea lion caves their refuge for many decades. In winter, hundreds of them rest inside the caves, and during spring and summer, mating and pupping time, they move to the rock ledges in front of the caves. So that's why there's so many in here. It's wintertime. So we climbed a couple flights of stairs and we found a lighthouse lookout. So the sea lion caves are pretty cool because it's, especially during wintertime, it's a great time to come because not only are there few people here, but the sea lions are in the caves. There's a couple months in the springtime when they're not in the caves. They told us up top that there's about 120 of them in there, and they're all fighting for their spot. So the tide's coming in right now, so we could see several of the sea lions actually climbing the rocks trying to get up so they don't get wet when the waves come in. But they're all barking and yelling at each other. It's pretty fun.
This is what you can expect from the Oregon coast on a mid-January day.
Yes.
It is nasty. Alright, so after a rough day of photography on the crazy Oregon coast, we are now heading to Bandon Brewery because we need beer. We need beer. Cheers.
Cheers.
I got little small beers. Hey, good morning everybody. So we are, second day, we are on our way to the Samuel H. Boardman Scenic Corridor, which from here in Bandon, which is kind of centrally, we're south. We're south on the coast, but we still have another hour and a half just to get to that scenic corridors. Anyway, hoping to get down there early for sunrise, and then have a chance to explore that area. Haven't really ever got a chance to get down there and see any of what that's all about. So looking forward to getting down there and showing you around. All right, so we are here at the Samuel H. Boardman Natural Bridge. This is one of the spots that everybody comes to photograph here. So they actually have a natural walkway across this rock cropping here out in the middle of the ocean. But as you can see, sometimes Mother Nature doesn't cooperate with you, and that's unfortunately just part of it. But as you can see, quite a bit of fog layer. Tried to get here for sunrise and hope to get the best sky. and now we've got this to contend with. So we'll just have to go for a quick hike, see if we can get around it, and hopefully it'll clear up soon so that we can still have some decent sky. Yeah, we'll go from there. All right, when life gives you lemonades. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. So we are completely souped in with marine layer fog at the Samuel H. Boardman corridor. And so we realized that the redwoods, California redwoods, are only about 30 minutes away from here. So still just about 10 o'clock in the morning. So what we think we're gonna do is head into the redwoods, see if we can go in there, check that out for just a hour or two, and then we'll head back. And then hopefully by the time we come back, some of this fog may be gone and lifted. And if not, when we come back, we'll just maybe do a hike. But hopefully we'll have a little bit of opportunity to take some photos maybe at sunset tonight. So that's the plan for now. And come along and we'll take you to the redwoods. And just like that, we are in California.
I might redo that.
Why?
Because I said yeah.
No. And just like that, we're in California. All right, so we made it to the redwoods. A little bit better weather here. And I'd like to introduce you to a couple of my friends. Paul Bunyan and his trusty ox Babe. All right, so we're at the Trees of Mystery. It's a stop along the way. They got a gondola and what have you. They can take you through the redwoods. So, and then they have a wilderness trail. So we'll go through it. Let you know if it's worth your $18, is it? Yeah. And see if it's worth it or if it's just a complete waste of money. All right. Thank you. Scary. Scary. Are you scared?
A little bit.
You should be. You're on Sky Trail. Oh man, here we go. Are they gonna close this door or what? There it goes.
You are now contained. Locked in. Going up.
The person that built this was the lowest bidder. I just want you to remember that. Me definitely no likey. Ugh. I don't do good with heights. Oh, and it's gonna stop. Oh. Oh. This was such a bad idea. This was such a bad idea.
You're such a chicken.
Whatever, man. Oh gosh, we're so high. Oh, this was so stupid. Do you think the maintenance on this thing's very good?
Hey, we always said we want to die together.
My recommendation, honestly, if you don't like heights, don't do this. I mean, this is
And if
actually...
you don't care, it's fine.
This is dumb. Especially if it's busy and they're just going to keep stopping the tram. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. I'm not joking. This is not ideal. Oh. If you have heart problems, if you're pregnant, have diabetes, high blood pressure, cataracts, I just wouldn't do this.
Don't look down.
Oh, I'm not going to. Oh, my stomach hurts so bad.
Yeah, but now we can see what the redwoods look like from above.
No, gosh, please, Lord.
Because we were standing below and looking up them. Now we can be above them and look down on them.
It's just not going anywhere.
It will soon.
All right, I'm going to turn this off before I cry. All right, so we got off the tram, and what we have here is an observation deck, which is pretty cool. But would I do it again if I had to do it? Definitely not. They said you can hike a 1 mile trail back down, but they say it's very steep, and you actually have to check with the attendant to see if you can even do it. My take is that it's pretty nasty, especially in the wintertime. So anyway, a couple of decent views up here. But again, if you don't like heights or trams or whatever, maybe pass on this part. Hey, you're not the only one. I was screaming too. I don't want to go back down this thing, to be honest with you. All right, now we're heading back down.
Going down.
Oh gosh. I figured I'll just keep this on just because I know people like humor. What are you doing?
Sneezing.
That's Kim.
Excuse me.
When she sneezes 5 times like that.
That one
every
was
time.
only 3.
Yeah, it was
That
because
was
I
a
made you
miracle.
laugh. Oh
Yeah.
gosh, why are we going
wow.
so fast?
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
You should be recording.
No. Oh. This is not what I signed up for. This weekend was supposed to be us going out and to the beach and relaxing and taking photographs of cool rock
rocks.
stacks, not ending up at the redwood forest going up on
Being 300 miles above,
Trams.
300 feet above the ground. 200 feet maybe.
things I do for Kim.
They should have a see-through floor.
No, they shouldn't have a see-through floor. Are you kidding me? Oh, don't look down.
That's all I'm doing is looking down.
Okay. Oh, what was that?
The door's open.
We made it. Thank God.
Mystery.
We're ending our trip around Trees of Mystery. Kim, what would your final review of Trees of Mystery be?
It's a one-time experience. It's pretty cool. Because, I mean, where do you see trees like this? This is not normal.
Yeah.
But once you see them, and like Jason, we had commented, there's really no point in taking any pictures of them because the pictures don't do it justice. You have to see to believe.
Right. So it's $18 a person. That includes the ride for the tram. I don't know what kids were. I'm sure it was cheaper for kids, but the tram, you know, if you like that kind of stuff, which you guys saw from the video, I don't.
All it does is take you up to an observation deck.
Right. But the trees, like she said, are pretty neat. Seemed like people were enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if you had small kids, I don't know that they would love it.
But it does say on this walking trail part that dogs are allowed. So
We weren't able to take our dogs.
when we were here, was it 6 years ago? Dogs were not allowed. So at least you have that option. You can walk around this section.
Just can't put them on the
You
tram.
just can't- yeah, they just can't go on the trail.
Anyway, so that's that. We're going to head out now and head to.
Jedediah State Park.
That's the next stop.
Jedediah Redwoods.
And then hopefully we'll be able to see some cool redwoods there. And then back up the Oregon coast we go. So we'll see you in a few. All right, so we're in the Jedediah
Smith.
State Park. So we're now gonna do a quick little hike. It goes about 3 miles, but we don't have time to do that much of a hike in the redwoods. So we're hoping just to come in here and see some of these awesome trees, and then we'll head back out. But you can already tell just by walking around, you're already right in them. So that trail coming in is pretty gnarly. If you got a big truck like we do, definitely don't bring a trailer.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But if you have a truck, there's some pull-offs, so you got to be a little careful with your speed coming through. But
Yeah, because it's a lot of blind corners.
this is pretty awesome. Now, I wish we had time to walk the whole 3 miles, because this would probably be pretty amazing. But unfortunately, we still have how much?
We're 2.5 hours from our hotel.
2.5 miles from the hotel. So a little bit of a detour, but at least it was something cool to do.
Yeah.
All right, so unfortunately we didn't get to spend a bunch of time in the redwoods. We only had part of a day, and it wasn't even in the plans to be here. But I would definitely highly recommend Jedediah State Park if you like hiking. It's beautiful in here, and they've got just a bunch of hikes. And again, we only scratched the surface. I don't even think not even 1% of this park probably.
No.
And so we just did we went in and out of a couple trails just to see what they were like. Heading back up north to the Boardman Scenic corridor.
And we're hoping the fog is lifted. We'll see.
But it's not looking good.
It's not looking good. at Arch Rock Viewpoint.
That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
Here is Arch Rock.
All right, so we were gonna try to find that natural bridge, and I'll show you when I take a photo of it, and I'm sure you may have seen it before. It's a natural bridge you can get down to and you can walk across it. The problem is, you fall in it, you're dead. It's plain and simple, you're not getting away from it. I mean, it's crazy. And so Kim and I got to the top where you start to descend, and it was not worth our lives. So we decided to take a different route that some locals told us about, where it kind of just takes us to a point. And we'll just kind of scout the area and see what's what, because yeah, it gets pretty treacherous up here, so you got to be very careful, and like I said, no shot's worth dying for. So anyway, we'll see what we can find out here, and then get back up for sunset. Okay, so even that, just coming down to this point, was pretty hairy. I've seen people do it at night when they come out for some astrophotography to try to get this island I'll show you on video, and I just don't know how they do it at night, but pretty freaky for the shot, I guess, if it's worth it. But this is a pretty cool spot. I'll show you here. I don't know if you can see that little island out there, not with this wide angle, but anyway, so this is what we're dealing with here. Oh, the rock is right there.
Scary. I don't know if it's eroded underneath you or not.
Oh, man.
Oh, get shot, babe.
Okay, there's a tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Woo!
That's magnificent. That's awesome.
That's like it's not even real.
I mean, if that was, if it was a better day, I mean, it's still cool as could be, but man, if we just had some better light, that would have made for an epic photo. So at least it wasn't a ruined trip, because now we get to see what's here, and then plan coming back next time. For us, it's only about a 6-hour drive, so.
Welcome to Hasita Head Lighthouse.
So what we're doing now is the lady that works here, one of the state folks, said that you could take this trail up to the top, and we would have passed it. We wouldn't even have seen it because we're blind, because it was right in front of us. She says you can come up top here, and you can be basically eye level with the top of the lighthouse. So that'd be pretty neat to see what that looks like. So if you get a chance and you're capable of making the hike, then I would suggest it, because it'll give you a different view.
Right.
Huh?
Right.
So a little cool history. They're saying that back in the 1800s, when they built this thing, we'll show you the house that they stayed in, you know, but they used to have horse and buggies and what have you that would take them up. But there was times when whoever had to work that lighthouse, they had to climb this hill that we're basically climbing right now. And when you think about what the weather would be like, and with fog and wind and rain, they had to tie a rope all the way up to the lighthouse so that they can help guide themselves up that hill. Having some fun.
The concrete steps right here. These are the original concrete steps that people used back in the day to climb up to get onto horses or into the buggy. So they're the same steps that were right next to the house.
So now we're in the small town of Yachats, which is a really cool little beach town if you ever get a chance to come here. And they have a really good fish house, but they also have a really good brewery here too. And we usually eat the fish house a lot. I don't remember the name of it, darn it. I'll try to post that maybe for you on the video. But this Yachats Brewing Company is really good as well, so that's where we're going to go here. All furry friends are welcome at our outside table. Oh.
No, it's closed until February 3rd.
Oh, okay, so no to Yachats Brewing. they are closed. Weird.
How rude.
How
They're
rude.
closed for a whole month.
So since the brewery decided to close for a month, which seems very odd, we're gonna go to the Luna Fish House, which is a place we like to come anyway. Yeah.
Oh, that's a fish taco. You're gonna try to video me eating it?
Alright, so if you're ever in Yachats, definitely check out the Luna Fish House. Fish and chips are excellent.
Fish
Kim's
tacos are good.
Yeah,
They're
I mean,
huge. You
owners-
do not need to order two.
yeah, the people there are great. It's just a good place. Not only that, they also have a fish market in there. So if you're in, wanting to buy some fish or scallops or clams or crabs or whatever, it's a really good place. So definitely check them out. And hey, you wouldn't know this, but we already tried to end this video once before, and then we realized we went back up the coast even further. So now we'll end it. So thank you very much for watching our video. Hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.
Safe travels.
Safe travels.